Lock up your bikes and feel the heat. It's time for Like a Podcast, aka Podcast Gago Toku. I'm Jordan, also known as owner of the Empty Lot, and with me as always is Argyle.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I don't have a nickname.
I just thought
Jordan
of that
does.
joke like the second I stopped recording last week, and I'd been sitting on it this entire week, and I was just like, I gotta say it on the podcast. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But we're back. We're back, but we're not only just back, we're back with Majima. It's been 3 weeks away from Sotenbori because we had a pocket circuit adventure. So we have not seen our friend Majima in a while. How have you been, by the way?
I'm doing all right. I'm still just playing Apex Legends.
Yeah. We're all out here playing Apex. I played not to blast my own horn. I played precisely 2 games of Apex. The first one I played, I won, because I'm an epic gamer, by which I mean I had a good team and I didn't contribute. And then the second game I lost, and I said, I don't like the way that feels, so I never played it again.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I played like 1 game of Fortnite, and I was able to surmise that it wasn't for me. So like, I don't doubt that somebody could do that with like Apex.
So like a little peek behind the curtain of my life. I just got registered at my school to start my courses to like teach. So I'm thinking
Yay.
I need to just to really connect with the kids these days, the teens.
Congratulations.
Yeah. But I'm thinking just to sort of connect with those teens, I feel like I need to install Fortnite, learn all the funny dances, learn all the lingo. And that will just allow me to make that connection, I think.
You need to install TikTok.
There's a lot
Yo, I found out the other day that my mom and my grandma both like watch TikTok, and it was a hilarious and mortifying experience.
I thought you were gonna say that your mom and your grandma have like 200,000 TikTok followers, and they're like
no, they just watch TikToks. They don't make them.
Yeah, TikTok is strange. I feel like TikTok has kind of just replaced Vine in at least just kind of in the netscape.
The thing is, though, it's like since it's got longer videos, it can like fulfill more niches. So it's not just comedic, because like they watch a lot of like makeup tutorials and cooking videos and shit on TikTok, which is
they also have 200,000 followers each. So that's cool. So you should go
follow for unrelated reasons.
Mom and grandma on TikTok. Shall we get cracking with this chapter? Because it's got some stuff in it. It's got some interesting events. Plus, we have to get back to Club Sunshine.
I want to get elbow deep in this chapter.
So, just as a quick refresher, because it's been a little while of where we left off with Majima, Wen Hai Lee was incinerated in a fiery explosion when his car blew up, and then a guy in a white suit.
It's fine though.
He's fine. He's working somewhere. He moved, and now he's sort of in the countryside, where he has plenty of room to run around with and lots of people to massage every day. He's fine.
You ever read Reaper Man?
No,
it's kind of like that.
I haven't. I don't read. But yeah. So that happened. Sagawa got shot in the hand and in the like in the not kill zone. He got shot like in 2 obviously non-lethal places, and that was all we saw. That's fine.
Yeah, some mysterious guy in a white suit came up and knocked Majima out.
Yeah,
that was the last thing we saw.
Yeah. So this week we kind of pick up immediately there. Wen Hai Lee's skeleton is dancing around to xylophone music. And
playing on itself. He's playing the xylophone on itself.
He's got his 2 acupuncture needles, and he's using those as like mallets to play his ribcage like a xylophone. Majima's like, damn dude, that's great. And then he says, alright, I'm going to move now, goodbye. And then
I've already got the U-Haul all packed up. Hopefully this one won't blow up.
He knew it was gonna happen too. This was just like the next stage of his life. Much like a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, Wen Hai Lee turns into a skeleton. So, the besuited white man, the white besuited man, that's what I meant to say. He is Japanese. That we haven't gotten into the this series' strange relationship with white people yet.
I mean, we kind of have.
I guess we kind of have. He comes up, he knocks Majima out with his gun, and then he pistol whips him. He doesn't, permanently knock him out with the gun part of the gun. He picks Makoto up very gently and delicately, as if to say, I am not going to kill you yet.
Ah.
Yeah, and then Sagawa sits up and says, I'm still alive, but I'm very badly burnt, like in Austin Powers, and it's very funny.
Then we cut to just kind of a warehouse. It doesn't matter where it is. It's probably for the Cabaret Grand or whatever. And Sagawa is beating the shit out of Majima, who is tied to a post.
He says,
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, he says, this seems very familiar. He says, I feel like you've been in this situation before.
Oh, look at this knife. It sure would be a shame if somebody poked out your left eye.
Oh, man. What if Majima and the rest of the series...
Oh, wait, it's already gone.
Yeah, he just has 2 eye patches.
So Sagawa, he's got bandages on his hand, but he's still punching Majima with his bandage hand and not having a great time with it.
No.
And he says, Majima, I was all ready to, call up Shimano and get you put back in the Tojo clan. I told you, you could make it without killing anyone, but you still went behind my back. You still tried to get Makoto Makimura out of here. So, I mean, I gotta kill you, but I'm not gonna do it quite yet. Because I need to find out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. He says, oh, let's, first of all, he picks up Majima's baseball bat, because he's gonna do some sins with that. But then he's like, let's pretend for a moment that I understand the sentiment of, why you didn't want to kill this blind woman. And he says, when I was a young boy, my father took me into the city, and then I found an injured bird, and I called him Mametaro, and I nursed him back to health, and I fed him every day. And then, but because I lied to my parents, and they didn't know I had him, one day I came home and they were feeding him to the cat. And then he says, do you want to know how I got these emotional scars? And then he says, Machima's like, I bet you were a good kid. And then he's like, yeah, on the outside. But then after that next day, I killed their cat because I'm twisted. Just a little kind of like showing a black mirror to society, if you think about it.
Yeah, so the moral of the story is you shouldn't try to get one over on your parents because they'll feed your secret bird to their not secret cat.
And in this moment,
but then he killed the cat. So I'm not sure what the moral is supposed to be.
First of all, in this situation, Sagawa is telling Majima that he is his dad. That is a fact. But also that means that if this story is sort of a metaphor, which it always is, directed and written by Hideo Kojima, that Majima will kill Sagawa at the end of this event, I guess.
Well, he'll kill Sagawa's cat.
Oh, he'll kill Sagawa's cat, which is... I mean, I'd feel worse for the cat than I would for Sagawa. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course.
And then he does the thing that you do, and he does the epic. He picks up the bat, and then he swings it at his head to kill him, but then he stops right before it hits him in the head and drops it, because he's not gonna do it. But he made him think he was.
Fooled you.
He says, are you bothered?
I almost caved your skull in, but I didn't do it.
Did you pee-pee in your little pants, Majima? Or are you scared? And then...
Are you...
Yeah.
Are you gonna cry?
You gonna cry, little boy?
You gonna piss? You gonna come?
You gonna cry through your eye patch? Oh, you can't because your eye's gone because you did a bad thing before, remember? So he tells Majima that he's gonna leave him alive because he needs to find the white besuited man who stole Makoto. And I think once they find him, then he'll kill Majima, but I don't know that for sure.
Possibly.
Probably. But also, this guy is not anyone they've seen in Osaka. One of the...
Majima assumes that he's working with Nishitani because he did not kill Makoto.
Yeah.
And instead just took her.
Yeah. I also like that...
and this is also when Sagawa finds out that Nishitani is also looking for Makoto.
I also like the part where Sagawa's like, do you know this guy? And then Majima's like, well, I've never seen him in Osaka before. Osaka, one of the larger cities in Japan. But, I do know everyone here. I mean, it is just 2 city blocks. But
yeah.
Then Majima once again asks Sagawa why people are looking for Makoto, and he says, I don't know. All that I know is that my brother Shimano called me and told me to use Majima to kill a person named Makoto Makimura. And Majima's like, wait,
great.
Shimano told you to do that? What? So
yeah, so this plan came down from Shimano. This was not a Sagawa original.
Yeah, this is direct from a member of the Tojo clan. Interestingly, and then yeah, he says that he thinks this guy probably was working with Nishitani. Saga was like, wait, since when was Nishitani involved? Oh, is he the guy who did that body double thing? Interesting.
Weird. So the Kijin clan's office is on Sotenbori Street.
Yeah.
So that's the first place we're gonna go to look for clues.
Yeah, we gotta go to Nishitani's boys and hit them up.
Do we want to do some side?
Yeah, let's do some side stuff
first.
Let's go for it. Mine is called Stadium Jumper Strut. So
wait, I did that one.
Oh shit! I thought you did the phone one.
Fuck it. We'll just do one sub story and then we'll do the cabaret.
Oops.
You cover that and then I'll do
fine.
the cabaret.
Well, I'll do the phone one next week. My bad.
It's fine.
So
we don't have that many sub stories anyway.
That's
so
true. Majima has considerably less side content than Kiryu because a lot of his sub stories are specifically tied to the cabaret club girls.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Stadium Jumper Strut. Right off the edge of Iwao Bridge, where our friend is dabbing forever. There's this guy who's just lying on the ground. He's been lying on the ground for like 4 chapters now. But today was the day that we finally decided to take a look at him, get his bones fixed, give him a stamina royale. And Majima was like, what the hell happened to you? And he says, I was chasing a dream. My dream was to boldly walk across that bridge. And Majima says, that's a very mundane dream, and I don't understand why that would result in you having the shit kicked out of you. At this point, his name, which was it was a Fallen Guy when we met him, but now it's formerly Fallen Guy, which I thought was a pretty funny joke. And he says that the reason he can't walk across the bridge is because of the Stagen? I don't know how you'd say it. Stagen? It's his varsity jacket.
It's a varsity jacket.
That's what they call him in Japan. I'm just gonna call it a varsity jacket. And he says that he's like, oh, when you put on a cool jacket like this and pop your collar, and put on 2 watches on both hands and wear your shutter shades, everyone thinks you're a big shot and they all come looking for blood. And at this point, it is revealed that also on the back of the varsity jacket, it says the words, bring on the fights. Which may have something to do with it.
Maybe, but it's on the back.
Yeah, that's true. No one. It's also just something about his face. And he says that he's tried to cross this bridge 8 times, and every time, the second he sets foot on the bridge, people try to kill him. Majima asks if everyone who wears one of these jackets gets their face caved in, and he's just like, no, I think it's just my destiny. And then Majima says, well, can't you just take the jacket off? And then he says, that defeats the purpose. It's important for my dream that I walk across that bridge in this jacket. That's also important. And then Majima says, well, you can go ahead and try, but you're probably going to get beaten up again. He says, by the way, we find out this guy's name is Suda, creator of Killer 7. Great job, great game. And he says, won't you help me make my dreams come true? And then Majima says, it's good content, I guess I have to. So I'll fend the goons off as you cross the bridge, and then he gives a goofy thumbs up. And then as he's like, moonwalking across the bridge.
This is a lot like the Miracle on
Tenkaichi
really Street mission.
So he starts like very slowly walking across the bridge. And the second he steps foot on the bridge, once again, a group of punks are just like, what do they say? Enjoy your stroll. These punks are gonna pay the toll to the troll.
Yeah,
you gotta pay the troll.
That's what Majima says.
Oh, that's what Majima says. That's right.
Yeah, the goons are like, hey, you think you're so big? You got such a big dick with that fucking jacket, huh?
Yeah, I'll bring on the fights right at your face. So yeah, he tells them to pay the troll toll. You have to fight all the guys off. There's like 3 waves of increasing size, and it's like Miracle Johnson. Or
the men get larger. Yeah. It's not that there's more men. They become
taller,
larger.
And the last one you have to fight is Slender Man. And then when you beat him, when you do it, he gets to the other side, and then the Chariots of Fire successful music plays, which I need to put it. We've mentioned this before, but I don't think I've ever actually edited it in. So I need to put it into the podcast so you can hear how funny
it's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun.
It's pretty funny music.
So we've successfully led our friend Suda to the other side of the bridge. He is so happy that he finally achieved his dream. He gives us the encounter finder. Majima,
pretty good item.
Majima says that he's a very, very strange man, and then Suda says that's part of his charm, is that he's just a really weird guy with a cool jacket. And he owes Majima a life debt, and he's so proud of satisfying his accomplishment. Now it's time to go home and eat some food. Just gotta cross that bridge, haha. And then Majima learns the moral, I guess, which is he thinks to himself, I guess it ain't so much what others think of you. It's if it's something you want to do, you better get to it. Which tells us something interesting about Majima, which is that he thinks in his fake accent. I guess, yeah. And then off screen,
nothing wrong with that.
You hear a guy being like, "Hey, bring on the fights! I'll kick your ass!" And that's haha. He can't cross the bridge. He can't get back home. And then Majima says, "Can't you just take off the jacket?" And that's the funny comedy conclusion. How's Club Sunshine this week?
Club Sunshine this week is doing pretty all right. So this week we're taking on Club Jupiter, who you may remember is run by. Let me look up this guy's name because I forgot to write it down.
Not even you remember.
Kizuka, that's his name. Kizuka. Who is just a big, strong muscle guy in a camo jacket with a lot of piercings and shit. So you get to 800 fans, and you want, just like with Club Mars, Yoda offers to like go and scope out Club Jupiter with you. He does not want to go. He's scared of Kizuka. He's gonna get the shit beaten out of him.
I mean, it's really scary because he can come from anywhere. It's so hard to see him with that camo jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just like a floating head, pretty much. But Yuki and Ai-chan offer to go with you. You go, you scope it out, and you notice the club's number one girl. It's Busy Bee Saki is her name, so called because she's a very, very hard worker. She's always at work on time. She like works pretty long shifts a lot of the time. She does it all. She's great. And that's pretty much it. You don't really run into any trouble here. You go back, you do some more business. Once you get to 1,500 fans, Kizuka has sent some goons over to beat you and Yoda up. So you just beat them up. It's no big deal. There's not really much to go on here. And then at 3,000 fans, Kizuka shows up with Saki, and he's like, "It's time for the Cabaret Club battle." So you do your rival battle. His special ability drains the health of your girls instead of like making guests leave. So it's pretty bad because that'll really inhibit their stats if their HP gets low enough.
How do you think he's doing that? Maybe he's just
all of these special abilities manifest by way of some sort of gas that they release into the ventilation system.
He just pumped a bunch of bees into the room.
Yeah, in the dressing room, there's just a
angry hornet's nest,
a pile of bees and murder hornets. And they're assaulting the women, but not stinging them or anything. It's fine. They're just annoying. But you beat him, and he's like, "I'm pissed off now. You beat me in a cabaret club battle. Well, this shit's for pussies. Let's go outside and settle this with our fists, man." So you go outside and you fight him. He's pretty beefy. He's got a couple health bars. He's got the like wrestler move set, so he can do like Hurricane Ranas and leg drops and shit. But he's not too bad.
I feel like Majima could really save his time and expedite the process if he just walked into the other club and just said, "All right, let's fight," and then just beat the shit out of the other club owners. Because it always comes down to that. And I feel like that
Yeah,
would
I
just
mean,
be
well, it didn't with Club Mars.
Yakuza Zero
speed
speed run tactics. Just walk in and beat up the owner, and then you become the owner. You become the club dad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Hino definitely would have done that because, like, he's a baby, he's a little piglet, and he you beat him up and he'll just give you the club. But Kizuka too probably would, because after you beat him, he's like, hey, that was a great fight. I was never cut out for, running these clubs. It was just that Tsukiyama recruited me, and he was like, that's where you get all the good money working for him. He had me doing all these dirty jobs for him, but I couldn't stand doing it. I don't want to be someone else's bitch my whole life. So I'm glad you knocked some sense into me. I'm just gonna close the club, and would you please let Saki work at Club Sunshine? I don't want her working for the 5 stars. And you have a pretty good environment.
And then he goes to become he becomes a Mr. Shakedown later. He's like, there's a lot more money in this.
Yeah, I think he says oh, I'm gonna move into the country or something. I'll just go into hiding or whatever.
I have a friend who's just opened up a new massage parlor in the countryside. I might go work with him.
Oh yeah, one of my old mafia buddies. And he runs off, and then around the corner you see Tsukiyama and his assistant. And Tsukiyama's like, I trust you can take care of this, my lovely assistant. And I'm sorry, I forget what her name is. And she's like, yes, it'll be kind of difficult because Kizuka's kind of a big dude. He's very strong, but rest assured, you won't have to get your hands dirty with this, Mr.
As long as
President.
you shoot him in a cutscene, he'll die. That's
he'll
the
die.
rule. So you need to make the cinematic cutscene happen before you shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You need to figure out how to do that, despite the fact that we're sub-story characters.
Mm-hmm. That's so
if you can
yeah.
If you can do some wall hacks or something to get into the cinematic zone,
get into the source code, and then
we're golden.
You have to communicate with the Sega animators to make you into a cutscene. That way you can kill him once and for all.
Mm-hmm. You just have to wait until the camera is focusing on him and probably somebody else that he's talking to.
You have to wait until Yakuza 6 where all the cutscenes everything is fully voice acted.
And then you can shoot him from off screen, and it'll be very dramatic.
The camera will pan over, and you'll say, "I wonder who shot him," and then it'll see it's you, and then he'll finally die.
He'll get a dramatic, life-ending monologue where he tells whatever character he was speaking to, hey, you're the best guy I ever knew. You made me want to be a better person.
No matter how bad he is, he'll say something that redeems himself the moment before he dies. Oh, I did kill all those children, but it turns out they were actually small adults, and they were all serial killers. And then he'll die. Yeah. That's exactly what he says.
That's what you have to do, my assistant. Get on it. And then that's pretty much it. Oh, we do also find that Busy Bisaki, she's very happy to work with y'all, and she says that Aichan is number 1 in the Perky Girls leaderboard or whatever.
They have forums. Even though it's
1988. And Yuki is not on any leaderboards, and she's like, well, you can't just base a girl's value on some leaderboard nonsense.
Yuki, what's your gamer score? Laughs. Is the question that I need to know.
How many platinum trophies you got?
How many Chivas you got, Yuki?
And that's it. That's all for Cabaret this week.
So,
I only did the one.
Yeah. It's time to go to the Kijin Clan headquarters, the third Namiki building, which is right by.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Something like that. It's extremely important. This is a very important part of Sotenbori. It's gonna come back when we come here in the other games. Just kidding. I just wrote it down, and I just needed all of you to know that that's what the building's called.
It's a random office building that a Yakuza family is based in. There's about 3,000 of these between Kamurocho and Sotenbori.
They're basically like this game's version of random encounters. Just which random Yakuza office building are you gonna go into this game?
It's like Chalice Dungeons and Bloodborne.
They're randomly
just procedurally generated. Yeah.
You'll get one office building you'll walk into, and there's just like 6 bathrooms and there's no chairs. They're all just toilets, and you're just like, wow, the algorithm really fucked this one up, huh? You come back out, and then you fix it, and it's all bookshelves.
Oh, it's another one just full of gun guys. Just like gun guys and throwing knife guys.
Every once in a while, when you walk deep enough into the office, you'll find like inexplicably a boss fight that you didn't get to fight in the main game, and you're just like, why did you stick this guy down here?
Well, you know, it's obviously one of the undeveloped boss fights.
Yeah,
they're not quite as good as like the main story boss fights, but like, you know, you can tell that they put some effort into them, and they didn't want to completely cut them from the game, so they put them down here.
The Chalice office. Mm-hmm. That's why Yakuza 0 has infinite content, because you can just keep coming in, putting down the like blood sacrifice and creating a new Yakuza family office. So we're in this one.
That's why I'm never going to 100% Yakuza 0 get all the trophies, is because it requires you to get through all of the Chalice offices, and I don't have the patience.
It's just bullshit. It's not fun. Like the rest of the game is fun, but this one, like, it's just busy work. It turns the game.
Yeah, rethink this.
Yeah, come on, RGG, fix this for Yakuza Kiwami. So we're at the third Namaki Chalice office, and the sort of guys that we've beat up 100 times are still here. They're looking better. They've had some time to recover, so they don't have band-aids anymore. And also, by the way, Majima, who is completely busted up and bruised, is
the head guy even here? The guy who had
maybe
the bandages?
He died. Maybe he's like,
he got 3 bandages, and that's when you die.
Yeah, when you get 3 bandages, it's all over from there. So I think that you're right. I think he might be in the hospital, or possibly 6 feet under.
He's in the hospital. He's in the comical, like, full body bandages. He's got his leg up in a lift.
He's got a full body cast, but it's all band-aids. So Majima, who is like bruised and destroyed, is also looking a lot better. He's fine.
Yeah, he's healed. He doesn't even have bandages. He's good.
So Majima walks in. He says, "Have you seen?" He does the funny kicking the door open animation from Yakuza Kiwami. He says, like, "Hey, where's Makoto?" And they have no clue. They tell him to go home, and then he says, like, "How many times have I beat you guys up?
How many times do I have to teach you this lesson?"
He says,
man?
"Are you guys masochists? Because you seem to like it." And they say, no, it's Nishitani's the one who likes it. We hate it. Please don't fight me.
No, they say, well, we're not going to let you leave alive because this has worked out so well the other, like, 4 times.
Well, look, there's 4 of them, and one of them has a gun, and one of them has a mass-produced blade. So this time, Majima's really better. He really better watch out, because this is gonna end poorly for him. So
look, we got our guy with like no HP to hold the gun.
We got the weakest.
This is gonna go great.
We've got Brittlebone Greg to hold the gun, and every time he fires it, the kickback shatters his wrist bone. But he's the one who's gonna hold the gun, because if we don't let him hold the gun, he's just gonna have to sit this one out.
Yeah, look, he just likes to participate.
Yeah,
you know, we accepted him into the club despite his condition.
He's
and nobody has the heart to tell him to leave.
He's my nephew, and he got kicked off of the baseball team. He couldn't really play because of his condition, and his academics aren't that great. So we just decided to let him join the family, just kind of as like almost like a mascot, like Brittlebone Greg. He's just kind of hangs around the office. He plays on his DS all day, but when someone shows up, we will let him hold a gun. We tell him not to fire it, but he's a very happy guy, and he really likes to just kind of help out. So we let him fire off a couple rounds.
We put the gun in his desk just to like make him think that if anything happens, he can take care of it. But like, he's not really supposed to be.
He's not. That's why when you start the fight, everyone just yells it at the guy with the gun to put it down, and you're like, why? What is the backstory I'm not getting here? And
then you demolish his skull and neck and all of his limbs with your baseball bat.
Well, it's okay, because he'll just put a couple band-aids on him and he'll be fine. Then you can pick up Brittlebones Greg's gun and fire off a couple rounds if that's your thing. This is a very easy fight. So you beat him up, and it's good. We did it. And this is where we find out that they have Nishitani tells these guys absolutely nothing, because he doesn't trust them. And Majima is like sort of there's one on the ground, kind of the leader guy is on the ground, and Majima's like, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you if you don't tell me where Nishitani is. Well, he says like, go ask the boss if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. And he's like, I would, but he's in jail. And then the lead thug is like, oh, that's
just go talk to Billiken. He hangs out on the bridge on the west side of town. Just go over there. Please don't beat me up. Please don't beat me up.
Yeah, Billiken is the detective who is the boss's liaison with the cops, and he'll tell you how to get to Nishitani because he's in on the business. And then Majima's like, oh, are you mad, bro? Because you just spilled all the beans the second things went wrong. You're a terrible Yakuza, and I hate Yakuza like you. And then he punches him out. Very cool.
No wonder the boss doesn't trust you with any information.
Yeah.
Because the moment you get slapped around a little, you just spit it all out.
So I actually had a really tough time finding Billiken. So I went to Bishamon Bridge. And I was looking...
That's what it's called.
Yeah, Bishamon Bridge. And I was just... There's lots of NPCs. You know, there's just random people walking around. And then there's the guy in the trench coat, like, pensively smoking a cigarette, leaning over the edge of the bridge. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, damn, where's this Billiken guy? I can't find him anywhere. So, yeah, that's Billiken. He looks like a funny cartoon detective from the 40s. He's the last detective that we'll ever meet who looks like this, I promise.
Majima says very loudly, hey, I heard that you're Nishitani's liaison with the police. Could you get me into jail talk to him?
Are you gonna kill Nishitani? Like, what are you doing? And then Nishitani says, Majima says, like, oh, me and Nishitani are not friends. I'm an enemy of his. And then I just need to let you...
He's an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole and I hate him. I just need you to know that I'm being completely honest so you can trust me. That being said, I don't want to kill Nishitani. How much do I need to pay you to send me to jail? And then Billiken's like, have some class. Everybody these days, it's all about the money. Let's just go. How about this? We'll talk about this on the boat, the pleasure cruise that's just about to...
It's right here on time.
Yeah, it's right here. And then Majima was like, I'm not here to go on a historical tour of beautiful Sotenbori. And he's just like, trust me, we're just going to have a drink on this boat. So they're having a drink on the boat. And Majima once again explains that him and Nishitani are enemies and he wants to go into jail to beat his ass. And then he says... Billiken says to Majima, well, there's lots of different types of enemies. There's the kind you want to put in the ground, and then there's the kind that you just want to be friends with if things shook out differently.
It is then that the boat lurches to a stop right in the middle of the river,
mm-hmm.
and the bottom of the boat starts going down.
Yeah, well, okay, so it's a very realistic Yakuza simulation. However, the boat is now an elevator, and the bottom of the boat is now underwater in a glass elevator that is sinking into Sotenbori River. This is how Yakuza works. This is real. This is good.
Oh, we didn't say the name of this chapter, by the way. It's chapter 11, A Murky Riverbed.
Because they're in a murky riverbed.
Yeah.
Much to my absolute delight. Oh, sorry, we forgot to mention the part where Billiken talks about how he's known Nishitani since he was practically a baby, and that he was like, when he was a baby, he was shoplifting, and when he was in elementary school, he did shakedowns and breaking into cars by middle school. And then Majima was like, "What's next? Armed robbery by high school?" And then he says, "In high school,
murder.
He killed a guy." And then the boat turns into an elevator. And Billiken says, "What's a drink without a show?" And then it's going down and down and down. And much to my delight, to my absolute joy, on their way down, you can see floating at the bottom of Sotenbori River a little fast food, like, statue of a guy. And
it's the guy from the fried food restaurant.
So fucking good.
That's on Sotenbori Street.
Absolute legend. Thank you so much for my life.
I can't... Yeah, we didn't remember. We literally didn't remember this when we did the thing on the Curse of the Colonel, and I obviously didn't get it because I didn't know about that. But when I played the game before, and presumably Jordan didn't catch it either.
So there you go. Curse of the Colonel, canonical in Yakuza 0. Now we're in an underground
Wonderful.
bunker. They're just now in a bunker that was dug during the war, I guess. Yeah. It's never really addressed, but they're now in an underground bunker. Billiken says that he conned some rich pricks, that's his words, and my words, to flesh out this underground bunker and make it into something that we'll find out what it is later. And then it has no name, but people call it the Bed of Sticks.
Because it's on the
riverbed. Yeah. And then he opens the door and says, "This is where criminals become executioners." And then we get a bunch of cool shots of like this crazy underground fighting arena, and there's like people drawing on like they're like drawing odds and stuff on chalkboards, and there's a bunch of people watching the fights. It's the Yakuza series staple, fighting ring. There's one in every game, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's one in every game.
It's not in Yakuza 6.
You're right.
This is the Bed of Sticks. The deal with this is they take, like killer, like dangerous criminals and prisoners, and they put them in here, and if they can survive a year of fights, they get to live free.
But Billiken
nobody's
says,
ever made
no
it because
no one's ever made it. A year of fighting nonstop, that'll kill anyone. And it's specifically like criminals that for one reason or another the law can't touch, like people who got off somehow, they got like a good lawyer, or like people with diplomatic immunity, I don't know. But they go to the Bed of Sticks and then they fight to the death. No rules, just right, Olive Garden.
Yeah.
And if Majima wants to also Billiken is making billions of billikens of dollars.
Hey, I'm an underpaid cop here. What do you want from me? Hey?
Majima says,
I run an underground fighting ring where I let people fight to the death, and people pay money to bet on it.
Criminals kill each other. Just an honest cop. Majima says, "Cops as rotten as you are a rare breed." Majima, say ACAB, you coward. You coward, you're a Yakuza, you should say it.
Wow, you're not one of the good cops.
Yeah, you're not one of the
bad cops.
What we really need is a good guy with a nice guy fighting ring. That's what we need. You're the bad guy with the bad fighting ring. So he says, don't fight for a year, but if you can make it through 3 matches, I'll let you go hang out with Nishitani. So it's time to fight.
Because people are getting bored.
Yeah.
We need some fresh blood in here. It's been a lot of the same. People are surviving too long.
Yeah. So I need you to hit them with your bat very hard until they fall over. So we fight 3 guys in the Bed of Sticks. The first one is the Joker.
Yeah, they call him the psycho clown, the serial killer who ate the evidence.
His name is Ginger Chapman. He's just a redheaded Joker. He's literally got like a big scar on his face.
Yeah, it's not on his mouth though. No. It's on his nose.
No, yeah, he's off-brand. He's the Ginger Chapman's.
He's like a Joker action figure where they mispainted it.
He's like
it's just a little bit upwards on his face.
The sort of 99-cent store knockoff action figure called like the Jokester, and he's like, from
Killer Jester.
Yeah, Killer Jester, and he's got a scar on his nose as opposed to on his face, and he's got bright red hair. He fights with a knife. He's pretty easy to take down.
Yeah.
If you use the bat, he literally can't hit you as long as you're blocking. And then after you fight the Killer Joker man, you fight the pleasure-killing practitioner whose patient's deaths were ruled an accident or something. His name is...
I don't remember his name.
Dr. Kirihito. And he fights with, like, Wolverine claws?
Yeah, he's got, like, a Bognock, maybe.
Yeah,
or,
he's fighting with the
got,
Cestus.
like, fist weapons. Mm-hmm.
And he's also quite easy to fight. They're all pretty easy to fight, honestly. And it doesn't even do the thing that they do in the other Yakuza fighting rings where you can't use healing items. This is just, you can use whatever you want. No rules, they said, so it means that the fights are easy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's, like I said, we were playing on New Game Plus, but we're back to the point where the game is, like, standard difficulty.
Yeah, it's starting to catch up to it.
Yeah, so it's not just like we're over leveled now. It's just not hard. And then our final combatant is the champion of the ring. Has the world record for accidental in-ring deaths, but are they really accidents? It's the Dead Puncher.
Dead Puncher.
He's
just a guy with he just fights with his fists, and he's wearing flaming boxer shorts.
Let's all make an oath. Let's all take a promise that we live a life that allows us to get the nickname Dead Puncher.
Yes,
please. Let's all. So you fight. But let's also all live a life that makes us a harder boss fight than Dead Puncher, because he's not very hard.
Yeah. He's probably easier than the first.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a
weapon.
So you can hit him with the bat real good, and then he falls down.
Yep.
So Billiken's like, damn, that was really fast. Do you want to be our new permanent fighter? And then Majima says, why would I do that? No. So yeah, it's time to go to jail. We're not going to pass go or collect $200. Oh no, we have to learn about Billiken. We have to learn about the tragic backstory.
Yeah, we're back on Bishamon Bridge suddenly. We don't even get to see them taking the elevator back up. And, we get some more info from...
He just tells us the story with no context.
Yeah, that's right. That's how it goes. He's, you're talking about how, like, all that under that riverbed, who could have known? And he's like, yeah, sometimes the muddy water covers up the real fucked up shit. Like, I heard about this guy.
Real fucked up? Check this out. I saw this. I
heard about this.
I saw this on r/no-sleep. It's gonna really fuck you up if I tell you about it.
Saw this on Rotten.com on Live Leaks. I heard about this guy. His daughter was killed, and the police investigated it, and they found out that eventually it was just some kid. He'd never had any priors or nothing, so he went to juvie. He got out, and it was nothing. And Majima's like, wow,
this has nothing to do with anything we were talking about.
If that happened to me, I would want to kill that kid. And the guy was like, yeah.
She had a dad that loved her and treated her like a princess, even though he was a single father, and his ex-wife was such a horrible woman and walked down on him because he invested too much in the.
But she still got custody in the family court. Yeah. This court system.
It's so stacked
it's so biased against fathers.
But this guy, he treated his daughter like a princess, and then you thought that seeing that the murderer,
even though he could only see her every other weekend.
They would go to the McDonald's and they'd get her a Happy Meal even though she was 18. He says like some small comfort for the dad whose daughter died, but then the guy went to juvie and basically got a light sentence. Think about how that would make him feel. And then Majima says, talk about a kick in the dick, which I think he said before. I think that might be Majima's catchphrase when he hears something sad and doesn't know how to, he doesn't know how to respond. He just says the worst possible thing.
That's fucked up, man.
But then what happened? Then the killer he ended up in the river too with a bunch of stab wounds, and it was Nishitani who did it. And
I hear that the guy, Nishitani was being cared for by some guy at that point, who then established the bed of sticks and also became his liaison in the police. And it's me.
I was talking about myself. I don't know if you could figure that out from the context clues. Anyway, let's go.
I'm just gonna tell you.
I'm just telling you my backstory for no particular reason. Let's take you to jail. So he takes Majima. He arrests Majima. He puts Majima in handcuffs and then puts him in one of those kid backpack leashes that look like a dog or whatever. And then the guard is like, I'm bringing in another one. And then Billiken's like,
you always work so hard, Billiken.
You always work so hard. And then Billiken's like, I hear your daughter's starting college this year. I don't have a daughter. Mine is dead. Here, take...
Mine is dead. She got killed by some punk kid. But then another punk kid, he went to juvie for just a little bit and then he got out. But then, he got stabbed to death by this other kid. And I hear that the guy who cared for that kid... anyways,
the guy's
here's some money for your daughter.
He's like, you tell me this every time I mention my daughter. And I know it was your daughter, and I know that you're Nishitani's liaison with the police. You said this many times, and then he's just like, here, take a crumpled up wad of money. Go treat your daughter right.
Treat her like a princess.
'Cause I never could.
Meal for me.
And then he puts Majima in the cell, and then he says, I'm sure you and Nishitani will get along great, goodbye. And then they go, and he's like, let's go get some, he says to the guard, he's like, you and I were gonna go get some tea so I can tell you more about my daughter. Do you think Billiken's like the protagonist of
I tell you the thing about the family court.
I gotta tell you how stacked it is again. I'm gonna red pill you over some tea. So
never get married.
I'm going my own way. So Nishitani is sleeping on the ground, and then Majima like kicks him awake, and then Nishitani's like, "Damn, dude, I'm leaking." He literally says he's leaking at the thought of.
You're jumping forward a little. You're jumping forward a little bit. After he kicks him up, like all the guys in the cell like jump up and are like about to beat the shit out of Majima, but then Nishitani waves them off and is like, "Hey, it's my best friend.
Back. Let's fight. I'm horny."
Yeah, look. Oh man, just seeing you. Oh yeah, I'm leaking, baby. Oh yeah.
He says like that fight we had was legendary, but the fact that we didn't get finished, it's kind of like baseball. A play that'll go down in history doesn't mean shit if the game gets canceled due to rain. And then Majima's like, you called the cops on yourself. This is your fault.
First Majima says, well, the game still counts if it's the bottom of the fifth.
Oh, yeah.
And then he goes,
dude just loves some baseball. We know that about Majima. He just loves baseball.
He's just a
guy who loves baseball. So Majima says he's like, he'll pick it up from here, but first he wants to know where Makoto is. And then he's like, Nishitani's like, oh, it's a business call? And then he waves one of his goons over who brings them both cigarettes. And lights the cigarettes.
The goon very aggressively offers
he's like,
a cigarette to Majima.
Take it, come on.
Take the fucking cigarette.
And Majima's like, I'm trying to quit. I'm on the patch. He's like, no, fucking take the cigarette. My boss, he tells me to give this. Okay, fine.
And then the cop walks up with the ashtray.
Yeah, he's like, here, take the ashtray. And then Nishitani's like, buy us some nice drinks. And he's like, okay, Mr. Nishitani, you're paying for my daughter to go to college. Nishitani explains that safe hideaways these days, it's very hard to find somewhere safe for a Yakuza, but the safest place you can be is jail. Really makes you think, but also...
Yeah, because out there, nobody's stupid enough to come at me with just their fists.
Yeah, they come at him
get
with
a
weapons.
knife or a gun. But in here, you can't have any of those toys, except for me.
And also, I guess Majima, who managed to bring in all of his weapons and his baseball bat.
Yeah, anyways.
So,
go on.
Yeah, that third party, he says he doesn't know who that guy in the white suit is, and he hasn't seen him around, but he thinks it might be a third party that is uninvolved as of yet in this situation, but it's not someone...
Well, I'm not going to tell you who it is.
Yeah, you gotta fight, you gotta do a big fight with me. And Majima's like, I guess we can do a big fight. And then Nishitani says that he's already rock hard, and the camera literally cuts to a shot of his crotch just so we know what's rock hard. And then Nishitani, he's just so into it. And it's time for a big fight.
It's the same boss fight.
It's the same boss fight. There's one...
He's got a knife still.
There's one good new animation. You can still do the thing where you fight over the knife and kick it into his leg. But if you... There's one where if you're standing by the wall, there's another, like, quick time event where he'll try to, like, stab Majima in the hand, and then Majima, like, dodges out of the way, and you kind of punch him into the wall, and then he goes, ah, ooh, ow, that smarts, oh, ah! That's fun. But you beat him up.
Yeah, if he succeeds, it's basically just
the stabbing in the hand heat move.
Yeah, it's the same exact animation and everything.
Yeah. So he kicked the shit out of Nishitani. He loves it. He's so into it. He's just like, Majima is also kind of into it too. He's like, wow, you are pretty entertaining, Nishitani. Billiken told me that under different circumstances we could have been good friends. And then Nishitani says, no, how can we improve this? This is perfect. You and I, we're like pseudo friends who, whenever I see you, I try to kill you with my knife. And this will be the last time, and this will be the only relationship in this series like that. Take notes, Majima. And then Majima's like, all right, cool. So
hell yeah, man!
It's time to hear about this third party.
Yeah. So Nishitani thinks that this third party is a group that works for the Tojo clan directly, called the Nikyo Consortium. They're like real black ops undercover shit. They don't wear the badges or anything. They're like the CIA or the KGB, he says. Mm-hmm. And the guy in the white suit, he thinks, is the president of the Nikyo Consortium himself, Masaru Sera. And he thinks this is really interesting because the guy who hired Nishitani is none other than Shibusawa.
Oh, Shibusawa's been doing
family.
Things this whole game, apparently.
Yeah.
So what we've learned...
So now we have 3 separate factions within the Tojo clan, all going after Makoto.
See, this is interesting because at the beginning of the game... Because we know that Makoto owns the empty lot now. But, like, at the beginning, we thought it was just the Dojima family. So Shibusawa, Awano, and Kuze were fighting sort of inter family fighting over who gets the empty lot, because whoever gets it becomes captain. But now we find out that Shimano, who's another big shot in the whole clan, and the Nikyo Consortium are also looking for Makoto. So this is kind of ballooned outward, out of the Dojima family and into just the rest of the Tojo clan. Yeah. So Nishitani tells... And
anyone within the Omi Alliance who is doing this is just doing it on behalf of someone in the Tojo clan.
Yeah.
So this isn't that widespread. It is still contained within the Tojo clan, but it is on a higher level within the Tojo clan.
Yeah. So, Nishitani says that he doesn't think, that, like, Masaru Sera is gonna kill her. He just kind of picked her up or that's what Majima thinks. And Nishitani says, like, if I can tell you where the Nikyo is hiding, but you won't be able to take them on alone, because, like he said, they're like the KGB of the Dojima family. They'll fuck you up. Mm-hmm. So join up with me, and on the plus side, I won't kill Makoto like Sagawa will. And that's when Majima says, well, if that's the only reason, I don't, that doesn't matter, because I don't think Sera looked like he was gonna kill her. But
I don't want her being taken advantage of and just leached off of.
He says
by these Yakuza. Her life is my responsibility at this point.
Because he basically found her, and this is the reason she got given away. He also says, like, if I just cared about keeping her alive, I would just let Masaru Sera hang on to her.
Yeah, but I want her to have, like, an actual life and not just, be, like, beholden to the whims of these Yakuza
forever. For her whatever reason they need. So Nishitani's like, damn, how did it take so long for me to meet a good guy like you? It took so long. Okay, I'll tell you where they are. They're at a place called Camellia Grove at the Cartoon Network's Ben 10 Inn.
Yeah, that's exactly where they are.
It's called the Benton Inn, and it's somewhere that doesn't show up in the guidebooks. You'll see why when you get there. So they're gonna leave and go to the Ben 10 Inn together. Nishitani goes to the jail cell bars, and he yells out for the cop. He's like, "All right, Mr. Cop, it's time to let me out."
It's checkout time.
And then he doesn't show up. It's like eerily quiet. So Nishitani just opens the fucking jail cell himself because it wasn't even locked.
Yeah. It's really funny.
It's really good. But what isn't funny is that, that Billiken stumbles in, who Nishitani refers to as Uncle B, and he's been shot. He's fulfilled his ultimate cop metamorphosis. He is transformed into a donut because he does have a hole in him, and he's dead. And the guy who killed him, he says,
Nishitani, run.
I've been taken down by something bigger than the family court. And so then the guard walks in and he says, like, I want my daughter to go to college. And he told me that Tokyo type, he's got big deep pockets, and he told me he'd pay me 100 times what Billiken pays me.
100 times.
And then,
so, you understand, right?
Majima looks directly at the camera and said, if only there was a good guy with a gun. And then Nishitani gets shot like 6 times?
4 times.
He gets shot 4 times, and I like the first time he gets shot, he does the, like, puts his hand on the wound.
That's not good.
He's like, this is bad. Oh, man. Oh, guess. And then he looks around and he says, oh, shit, it's like a full-on cutscene. Ah, shit. Oh, God,
Fuck.
I'm gonna die in this one. And then he, like, turns to Majima, and I love this so much. He literally just, like, tells Majima his like, his favorite, like, chicken soup for the Yakuza sayings. He says, like, bust as many skulls as you can and have a blast doing it, Majima.
Bust as many skulls and as many nuts as you can.
And then he said, never stop nutting, Majima. And then he says, blaze your own paths on your own terms, Majima. And then he gets shot some more, and he says,
he T-poses, and he starts walking towards the cop.
Oh, it's so good. And then he just tells him to go and get Makoto, and then as Majima walks out the door, you just hear the police officer, who is now out of ammo. He's fired all of the bullets into Nishitani, and you hear him scream, but who knows what he did. But that's the end of Nishitani, sadly. Sometimes in this game, characters come back after getting shot 8 times. Nishitani is not one of them. Let's pour one out.
Yeah. Let's pour one out.
He got all of the flesh blasted off his bones by the cop, and now he is also a living skeleton.
Yeah, he's not on fire, but he is a skeleton.
No, he's just human Swiss cheese now.
He's a T-posing skeleton.
He does kind of T-pose as he, like, walks towards the police officer. He's got, like, both of his arms outstretched. And that's
what I said.
Yeah, he's T-posing all the way to the grave. No, Nishitani is dead. Let's pour one out. Sad to see him go. He was a bit of a creep, a pervert creep when we met him.
Let's play that Wiz Khalifa song.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again, Goro. And they drive off in separate directions in a fork of the road, and it's very sad. Except Nishitani's bleeding out. He's leaving a trail of blood behind his car because he's been shot so many times. Yeah, I'll put the sad sub-story music in again. He was feeling up a lady when we first met him, and then he was rock hard the rest of the time because he was just so bonered for.
Yeah, we get a montage of
all of the times
the like 10 minutes of screen time that he's had. You know, filling up a titty, offering to get an OTPHJ, saying how rock hard he is, all the zoom ins on his dick and how he's leaking, and he's got some bladder problems.
He is leaking all right. He's leaking in 4 places.
He's leaking in, at least 5.
At least 5, Yeah, that's true. Rest in peace, Nishitani. Pour one out for a real one. And that's the end of the chapter.
Pour one out for a leaky boy.
That's the chapter.
The end of the chapter.
We're going to the
Majima closes the door and heads out.
Next week we'll be strapping on our Omnitrix and we'll be going to the Ben 10 Inn.
Yeah, baby. We're gonna meet Uncle Max, and we're gonna find out all about his backstory.
I never watched Ben 10. I just remember the commercials.
Yeah, it's still going.
What the fuck?
It's still like a thing.
What?
Well, like not the original series, but they've had like a million like reboots and spin-offs since then.
Wow. Alright, and that's it for the chapter. It's time for our questions of the week. We have one. If you have a question, you can go into our Twitter, twitter.com/podcastgagotoku. That's podcast GAGOTOKU. I make a post every week about the episode, and you can leave your questions in the comments below. This one says, this is from friend of the show, Mike_Dawson, Dan, and it says, when Kiryu and Majima save their games and or use the item box at the telephone booth, who are they calling?
They're calling Ness's dad.
They're calling paramedic. This is
that too.
This is an obvious answer. They're calling paramedic, and they're like, she talks to you about like, have you seen, Yakuza Sunset 3? And then they chat about their favorite movies, and then it saves the game. The item box, I'm not so sure about though. Who do you call to
Ness's dad?
Ness's dad. I've never played Earthbound, so.
Yeah, neither have I. I played like an hour of it and I didn't like it. Sorry, mother fans. That sounds more like a,
yeah,
insulting fans of like MILFs or something. Like, Yeah, sorry all the, MILF Monday people out there, but...
Sorry, Ted Cruz. I'm just not into that. So yeah, I mean...
yeah.
Maybe he's just leaving his stuff in the phone booth.
Yeah, he's just leaving it in there.
It's just.
Well, how does it get transported to the other phone booth?
He's calling one of his friends to just take it over for him. Wen Hai Lee's delivery service.
I think there's an item box in Earthbound. I'm pretty sure it's through a phone, and you do it by calling your dad.
I mean, that's whenever I need something. Whenever there's something that I need to store that is too large to stick in the closet, I do call my dad and say, "Can I put this in your garage?" So that sounds correct.
That's Majima's calling his dad.
I mean, this is a fact. This is an undeniable fact that Majima does have parents. Like, we never meet them, but we know that he had to have come from somewhere. So maybe Majima is calling his parents.
Kiryu's calling Kazuma.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's like, Kazuma, can you... That's true, Kiryu doesn't have parents, but he does have Kazuma. And Majima, we don't know about Majima's family situation. Maybe Majima just has a mom and a dad out there?
He's probably also an orphan.
You don't know that, though.
Yeah.
Actually,
true.
I think we might know that. I'm not sure.
We might
know that. He calls, Oh, that's a character I can't talk about yet. Never mind. Oops. He calls someone, and then that person shows up and collects the items, and by the time we meet that character, it'll be in Yakuza 4, and I'll have forgotten about it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's our question for the week. Thank you, Kyodai of the show, Mike_Dawson, Dan. And that's it for this week. We've reached the bottom of the riverbed, and we've discovered the fighting pit below. If you want to listen to our other episodes, you can go to yakuzapod.com. You can share it with your friends. If you know anyone who likes Yakuza and likes podcasts, tell them about us. And you can find me at twitter.com/BradipusRex, and you can find Argyle at twitter.com/Argyle_funk. Tell us about your other podcast, Argyle.
Yeah, if you like my voice and you want to hear it in other places, there's one main place you can go to. It's called Pot of Greed. It's about Yu-Gi-Oh! I do it with some other friends of mine. Currently, we are just about a week away from starting our second annual Cup of Greed Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game tournament. It's going to be a ton of fun. Sign-ups in tomorrow, so by the time this episode goes up, it's going to be too late to sign up.
So you can just listen to this and be so angry at yourself.
Yeah, you can just watch the Twitch streams.
You'll be like,
tune in, God, have a good time.
You'll listen to Podcast Gago Toku and you'll say, I should have signed up. I'm so mad I didn't sign up. It was a day late.
Yeah,
that's what they'll say.
Anyways, it's gonna be a great time. Tune in and listen to our show as well.
If you want to listen to my other podcast, it's called Jergin It. It's about a bad ABC Family teen drama called The Secret Life of the American Teenager, which we've watched all 5 seasons of. So now we're just reading fan fictions based on potential season 6 scripts, basically.
How many of those are y'all gonna do?
We're doing 2 of them. We're about halfway through the first one, and then we have a second one lined up that is apparently considerably stranger.
Interesting.
Yeah. So give that a listen, and thanks for listening to Podcast Gago Toku, and as always, Kiwami means extreme.
Bye.
素直に I love you 届けようきっと You love me 伝わるさ君に合うガラスの靴を探そう二人で Step and Go いつまでも深夜12時を過ぎたって僕らのラブマジックは